Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Elkriki and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, bad weather caused deadly Cessna crash. Leptospirosis claims 8 lives. And 300 overloading drivers fined.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The late instructor Ilyas Thawalo and student pilot Merelesita Lutu were not at fault when the Cessna 172R aircraft they were in crashed at the Ndalaikoro Mountain on February 26th last year. This has been confirmed by Civil Aviation Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum following the completion of the investigation by an independent forensic engineer from New Zealand. Ana Ravulo reports the findings were published in a 106-page report that was released today and can also be accessed by the public.
So the report is there online.
The report states that at the time when the aircraft departed from Lambasa Airport, it was likely that visibility and cloud coverage complied with the visual flight rules.
However, soon after departing Lambasa, weather conditions and visibility across the mountains quickly deteriorated, thereby entrapping the aircraft without an escape route and causing it to impact steep mountainous terrain.
The flying instructor had 1,257 hours of flying experience at the time of the accident. The minister says the report has some recommendations that the Civil Aviation Department will need to look into,
including a requirement for general aviation pilots to undergo mountain flying training and the development of a new training and information module on Fiji's climatology. The latter would focus on Fiji's unique weather patterns, including the risks and unpredictable nature of tropical low-pressure trough weather systems, and facilitate improvements in weather briefing service for pilots.
Work will be done to implement the recommendations in the report to ensure Fijian pilots are better prepared for risks involved in mountain flying and unpredictable weather changes.
The Solicitor General, who is also the Permanent Secretary responsible for the Department of Civil Aviation, will be meeting with all the stakeholders within the next 1 month to ensure that the recommendations of the report do get implemented and how we can actually have them implemented. There are obviously some that are on a more broader scale, there's some that are more specific.
Thawalo and Lutu's bodies were found 4 days after the crash. Said Qayyum says it cost them $200,000 to get the investigation done and attain the report. Ana Ravulo, FBC News.
8 people have died in the Central Division since the Health Ministry declared an outbreak of leptospirosis in January. The ministry says the first 5 deaths occurred between January and April, while the recent 3 occurred shortly following the bad weather experienced over Easter. The ministry is warning the public to prevent themselves from getting leptospirosis. Fijians are urged not to swim in flooded waters after heavy rainfall, wear closed shoes when working on farms in flooded waters, and following good sanitation and hygiene practices. The ministry says it continues to monitor communicable diseases such as leptospirosis, typhoid, dengue fever and influenza in the country. People are therefore advised to seek medical attention early to minimize the risks of developing complications. The Land Transport Authority has revealed that around 61 traffic infringement notices have been issued per month to drivers who were caught overloading their vehicles. Chief Executive Samuel Simpson told FBC News 306 tins have been issued so far for the first 5 months of this year. Pranita Prakash with this report.
Speeding drivers have been put on the spotlight this week, and next on the list are overloaded vehicles, as they've also contributed to the deteriorating conditions of our roads.
Again, we don't want to be issuing tins. We want the haulage community to abide by the regulations. And by abiding by the regulations, they are helping preserve the national infrastructure of bridges, jetties, roads, etc. These roads are hugely expensive to maintain. Bridges are very expensive to replace. They cannot be replaced overnight.
Samuel Simpson says there will now be increased surveillance in rural and remote areas as well.
Also just recently commissioned a mobile enforcement and compliance vehicle which is equipped with the mobile waypads, which we will be deploying in some of the remoter areas of Fiji where we know that there is considerable trucking activity, often carried out in the early hours of the morning. Our intelligence suggests that that's happening, and we will be going after those people who are engaged in this illegal activity.
1,803 traffic infringement notices for overloading amounting to $1.8 million in fines were issued between 2017 and 2018. The LTA says they are also looking at other technologies to assist with enforcement of overloaded vehicles. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Lautoka Magistrates Court has lifted a curfew for the 29 workers of the Water Authority who are charged with unlawful assembly. These workers allegedly unlawfully gathered on a piece of land in Lautoka on April 30th and refused to disperse when directed by police. The workers appeared in the Lautoka Magistrates Court this morning. The court also allowed bail variation for 7 men who will now be able to report to their nearest police stations. The 7 are from Rakiraki, Ba, Tavua, Lami and Nandera. In an earlier sitting, the Magistrates Court placed a curfew on these men from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. The matter has been adjourned to June 21st. Still to come, SEDELPA to investigate claims, and farmer jailed for manslaughter. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambandua ya nasere.
Oya uvasit sai sai lambasa, ya ndo talita ina warong nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Guya do kimeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Wana mtuma nambula FM nambandua ya nasere nawaluan.
Na vengo fanya na tao.
A 30-year-old farmer convicted of manslaughter has been sentenced to 4 years imprisonment. Ratusemi Kambakambandenge caused the death of a 30-year-old man in Akasi in August last year. Ratusemi had pleaded guilty to 1 count each of manslaughter, dangerous driving occasioning grievous bodily harm, and drink and drive. The accident occurred at the junction of Vavalangi Road in Akasi when the accused, who was driving under the influence of alcohol, hit the victim, who was walking with a 26-year-old co-worker. The Fiji Sugar Corporation has today announced that farmers will get a further payment of $12.50 per tonne by the end of this month. To date, the FSC has paid out to farmers a total of $61.2 per tonne of cane, made up of $39.65 per tonne delivery payment, $13.22 per tonne second cane payment, and $8.15 per tonne third cane payment. The payment of $12.50 will increase the payment to cane farmers for the 2018 crop to $73.52 per tonne. A guaranteed cane price of $85 per tonne is payable to growers in respect of the 2018 cane crop. The balance of the guaranteed price will be payable to cane farmers with a final wash-up payment for the 2018 crop. The SEDELPA youth leader's allegations against the party will be investigated by an independent committee set up by the party's management board. Speaking to FBC News, acting board chair and president Andre Chale says they will try and find the truth in the claims made by Chope Koroisavo. Ali Kimbia with more.
An immediate investigation will be conducted to clarify allegations made by Chope Koroisavo against some members of the party.
Mr. Chope Koroisavo's allegations, as you know, he has raised some grievances with the party. It's been in the paper, so there's nothing to hide. We deal in a transparent way. So he had raised the issue. The party has taken it on. We want a conclusion to that matter.
The SEDELPA youth leader says he won't dwell on the issue as the committee will provide a report following the investigation. Charlie adds they will also conduct an investigation on the youth leader.
There was another member complaining about Mr. Koroisavo's action, so that will also go in there. in the investigation also, right?
It's believed Khrushchev has raised a series of questions to the party headquarters regarding accountability and transparency. The truth in these allegations will be made known in the coming weeks when the investigation is completed. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Over the past 8 years, the Employment Ministry has dealt with 231 cases of child labour in the country. Ministry's Permanent Secretary Oseda Waru says not all work done by children is child labour, such as assisting parents or guardians on backyard gardening. The Waru says school-based activities like having school gardens and agricultural projects are not classified as child labour, as they are part of the holistic education and learning development. The Waru says children who were involved in child labour have returned to school, and some of the children are now enrolled in technical and vocational training programs. The Fiji Institute of Accountants Congress has been praised for continuously being the benchmark for the Pacific region. While opening the 47th Annual Congress in Sigatoka, President Major General retired Chiochi Konrote says the Congress has rapidly become vital in the betterment of the accounting profession in Fiji and the region. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
The call has been made to members of the FIA, continuing to inspire, empower and innovate with rapid growth and advancement of technology.
Accepting our vulnerabilities, we must explore opportunities, and in view of this, I consider it prudent that in such forums as you interact and deliberate on pertinent issues with colleagues, you will no doubt discover and formulate new and hopefully better and brighter innovative prospects for our future as a young and developing independent sovereign state.
Networking during these meetings and forums are of great value for the Institute moving forward.
We have increased our international profile during the year by being represented at the World Standard Setting Conference in London, attending the World Congress of Accountants 2018 Sydney, as well as our attendance at CAPAC members meeting in Sydney. Networking during these meetings and forums will be of great value for the Institute moving forward.
Because accountants are very important in this, in the world, you know. I mean, because they play a very key role in financial management, business advisory, growing businesses, consulting services. So we need to be keeping up to date with everything that's going on.
The FIA has a membership of just over 800 members and continues to grow every year. The Congress will end tomorrow. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The lack of resources to cater for blind persons is a major concern for the Society for the Blind. While receiving 45 walking canes from the Nausori Rural Women Association, Society for the Blind Executive Director Barbara Farouk says the help is timely as getting these devices are costly. She says assisting devices for the blind such as walking canes, brailles and computer softwares for the blind are not sold locally as they have to be ordered from overseas countries. She adds there is also currently a shortage of canes and this handover was of great help.
We really needed these canes because as you know, we are not able to get this locally. We have to buy it from overseas. And it's really very expensive. The cost of one is about $45 million and it's not readily available as well. So we always look out for donors for this kind of donations and funding.
The Thurston Food and Music Festival has become an annual event and continues to grow every year. It aims to provide the public with a day full of fun activities and entertainment. Knox Entertainment co-director Inoke Kaloni Singer says the event is in partnership with FBC's radio station Gold FM in its third year. He says the festival is a great platform for local artists as the event aims to promote the value of live performances. The festival will be held on July 20th.
We live in an era whereby where the value seems to be diminishing somehow. But with us keeping this going, it means that the upper generation, the younger generation that are up and coming, they still get to have that connection in between what the current generation has.
Later in sports with Jamie Moore and our Fiji Sevens team, but first Rachel joins us for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Texas urged to install cashless payment system. And in growing Fiji, Fijians to compete in Robocon competition. Stay with us.
For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger.
Leading business tonight, there will be less opportunities for theft and mugging when EFTPOS machines are installed in taxis. Economy Minister Ayaz Said Kayum highlighted this while urging taxi operators to come forward and be part of this initiative. Yesterday, ANZ Bank with Suva-based Everready Taxi launched the ANZ POS, where customers pay their taxi fares by swiping their ATM cards on an EFTPOS machine installed in the taxi. Said Kayum adds the government has fully supported this idea and has allocated funds to subsidize the cost of the installation of point-of-sale machines.
It also means that there is less opportunity of theft, less opportunity of mugging, because at the moment, when you have people who want to steal from taxi drivers because they've got cash on them. If they don't have any cash on them, because the moment you swipe your card, the money is going into the bank account. There's actually nothing to steal from them.
Fiji's economy has performed remarkably well since the last recession in 2009, highlights an ANZ Bank report released today. The report says this was achieved despite facing strong headwinds from the global financial crisis, which decimated private investment and frequent natural disasters. It says public demand and tourism were the key drivers of growth throughout Fiji's long period of economic expansion. It was joined by private investment, including hotels, offices, and residential building from the middle of this decade. And we now join Sinifa from HFC Bank with the latest from the Money World.
The US dollar held steady today, having come off two-year highs on lower U.S. yields in the previous session, amid fears that a trade war with China will hurt the U.S. economy more than previously thought. Data yesterday showed that the U.S. labor market is gaining strength even as the economy slows. Initial claims for unemployment benefits fell for the third straight week to a seasonally adjusted 211,000. Elsewhere, the euro currency came under pressure after a private survey showed activity in Germany's services and manufacturing sectors fell in May, aggravating fears about the effect of unresolved trade disputes on Europe's largest economy. Compounding these worries, European parliamentary elections began yesterday, with Eurosceptic parties expected to do well, raising concerns about the single currency's stability. That's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to today's exchange rates as was set this morning. A mixed day on the foreign market with our dollar doing well against the Chinese yuan as well as the US dollar in the midst of the trade war. Also recording some gains against the PNG Kina. But there were some drops against our trading partners as Australia and New Zealand as well as the euro and the Japanese yen. Looking at the commodities market, the price of oil continues to drop and ended the day at $58 per barrel. Gold rose to close at $1,283 an ounce, and silver was up as well at $14.56 an ounce. In tonight's Growing Fiji, Fijian students will for the first time be able to take part in the Asia-Pacific Robocon competition that will be held in Fiji next year. Education Minister Rosie Akbar says the competition is a stepping stone for students to gear into a few months of preparation leading up to the August 2020 Robocon competition. The competition is held every year and is organized by the Asia-Pacific Broadcasting Union based in Japan. The competition brings together university students from over 20 countries in the Asia-Pacific region. USB School of Engineering and Physics students have been engaged in this competition since 2002.
Technology and robotics are now being integrated into everyday life in our society. This competition will enhance our students' knowledge on the applications of different disciplines like maths, physics, computer science, and of course, furthermore, such competitions promote interdisciplinary knowledge and applications of different disciplines, which enables greater creativity.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Jamie's up next with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, injury forces Kalione Nosoko to return, and Fijian Latui set to fly with new look lineup. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji Rugby Union has confirmed that former Fiji Sevens captain Kalione Nosoko is back in the country. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor has revealed in an exclusive interview with FBC Sports that Nosoko's contract didn't go through as expected due to injury. Nosoko left the country 2 weeks ago to join Villa Memata at his Edinburgh club. O'Connor says Nosoko will need to recover before Edinburgh can reconsider him. Nosoko is expected to undergo a knee surgery in Australia soon, which the FRU will assist with.
Yeah, he went to Edinburgh, and I can confirm that he's back. Edinburgh has required that he undergoes the surgery, and we are making plans for him to undergo surgery quickly so he can recover and then rejoin the team for the preparation to the Olympics. And then Edinburgh will decide after the Olympics in terms of re-engaging him. They've asked us if he can do his surgery here, rehab, and we are looking forward to that because he will rejoin the team after rehab and then fight for a place to the Olympics, which is good for us.
9 changes have been made in the Swai Shipping Fijian Latui's lineup to face the Western Force tomorrow. Coach Senirusi Seruvakula says the abundance of quality players in his squad is allowing healthy competition amongst players for a place in the matchday team. Kurei Tandulala reports.
Flying Fijian Huka Mesulam Ndolokoto will be on the bench tomorrow as he will be replaced by Tuvere Vungakoto. Coach Senirusi Seruvakula says this is due to the luxury of depth in the squad.
What we've talked about before our first game is we are going to base on performance, and if you don't perform, and then you'll get dropped Australia, and there's better replacement out there so that they can step up the job, and it shows that we've got depth in the team.
The Fijian Latui hopes to cop its second consecutive win.
Some experienced players are inside, especially in the backs, and the boys have been coping it well, been training well this week and trying to blend it well, especially on training, and try to mix it up and play a good game tomorrow.
The Fijian Latui beat Kingitha Samoa last weekend in a close match, and tomorrow they hope to edge the Western Force when they clash at Lautoka's Churchill Park. Kurei Tandulala, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Rugby Union will be receiving 2 buses from the Director General of the Guangdong Province, Liu Bao-chun. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor says the 2 buses is estimated to be valued around $400,000. O'Connor says the 2 buses will be able to accommodate the transportation needs of the national 15s and 7s teams. The buses are expected to arrive later this year.
We had requested the Honorable Prime Minister and President if he can seek assistance from abroad for the donation of the buses, just to relieve the cost in terms of. We are thankful that the province of Guangzhou.
The Fiji Rugby Union signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Education and the Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby Association for the Secondary Schools Deans Competition. The MOU allows the Deans Rugby Competition to be registered under the Fiji Rugby Union umbrella for its future tournaments. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor says the signing signifies the alignment of rugby and will also create pathways for players and coaches in the country. Permanent Secretary for Education Alison Birchall says they've been working closely on this agreement from last year.
I'd like to echo the thanks of the CEO for us being able to come to this particular point in time. As he said, it's not always easy. It is a change of relationship. It is a partnership that we're developing, and as the CEO said, it's in the best interest of the students.
3 rugby league test matches between the Fiji and Tonga residence teams have been confirmed to begin from next weekend. The first match will be held at Lautoka's Landovu Park. Aquila Dama has more.
The Fiji National Rugby League has decided to team up with WOW's Kids Fiji for the upcoming Tonga and Fiji residence matches.
We're looking to support children with cancer. So from $1 from every ticket that we sell at the event will go towards the WOW's Fiji Foundation to help them support children with cancer.
The venue for the first match has now been confirmed.
We've chosen Landovu Park. We've gone to the venue to look at the dimensions and the playing field to ensure that we can get it up to the standard for the Fiji versus Tonga.
Bati coach Brandon Costin released his 25-member squad for the 3 matches today.
These guys will face a fitness test on Monday after their Vodafone Cup games this weekend, and if all pass fit, these 25 will participate in the Tri-Series, 3 test matches over 7 days.
The first match will be held next Saturday. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Chiefs loose forward Sam Cane has been quick to shut down any suggestion he's reinventing himself as a blindside flanker ahead of the Rugby World Cup. Today's play of the day is taken from Game 5 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals. Giannis Antetokounmpo throwing down a crazy alley-oop dunk from Eric Bledsoe. That's it from Sports Tonight. You can join Angie later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and wonderful, check out Grandma Lil's makeup tutorials. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ
In new media, the new Honor 20 Pro is out on the market featuring multiple cameras. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Friday is finally here and it brought some great weather along. Now we are talking. Good job, Friday. The sunny weather being experienced in most parts of the country will persist for the next 5 days, so that's a highlight to our weekend mood. A look in the west, it's very over-the-top sunny and humid, of course. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, quite easy here, very calm and sticky. Have you thought about a dip in the sea or pool? And up north, more beautiful sunny periods. An escape to the beach is a must. At sea, southeast winds 20 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, high tide at 11:20 p.m. with low tide at 5:10 a.m. Sunrise at 6:27. For tomorrow, a perfectly fair day. More sunshine for our beddings and sofas, and for us as well. Tomorrow's temps, all major centers will fluctuate between 29 to 32 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, more fine weather prevailing. Picnic is a necessity. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we asked, what do you think of the depth in the Flying Fijian World Cup squad?
The Flying Fijians list, the name selected is good. I think they are good and they can do well.
I think Fiji is the best. It's the World Cup class and it's conquered the world country. The best country in the world, the biggest country, is doing the best in the world. So I think Fiji is the best team, the most wonderful team and best team in the world.
I think there's a good blend of players in the 15 extended squad, and it's going to be interesting to watch them when they play in September.
They have a good team, and there is a good mix of young and experienced players, and there are coaches who can set out the game plan for Fiji to do well at the upcoming Rugby World Cup.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, although 2 weeks late, a makeup expert, Grandma Lil, visited a senior home in New Jersey to spread her talents and make sure everyone felt glammed up for the special day. Recapping the main stories for tonight, bad weather caused deadly Cessna crash. Leptospirosis claims 8 lives. And 300 overloading drivers fined. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question this week, we're asking, should speed bumps be installed along the Nausori-Nakasi corridor? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, tonight we farewell a senior member of our FBC News team. Akosita Tale bids farewell to the newsroom and all you viewers as she starts a new journey. Having been with us since 2017, in her second stint with the company, we will all miss the vibrant Ako. All the very best from all of us.
It's forecast for today, but this shouldn't stop voters from exercising. 1,251 loans valued at $87.79. Over $87 million.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Akosita Pale.
In another shocking drug discovery in the country, more than $31 million worth of cocaine was seized right here in our own backyard. Police last Thursday raided a home of a Canadian national and seized over 30 bars of the illicit drug from his Lombati home in Suva.
She'll definitely be missed. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news, simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
Bula, neva ngoma kay leloma, ngonga nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere nawaluan.
Na evango fanya na tao ne ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.